We'll have the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Keep the fingers spread wide. They don't want to be too spread, but just a finger space between each finger. Let's take a deep breath in and curl the spine, looking skyward. And then as you breathe out, round your spine and look to your belly button. Breathing in, let's curl, looking skyward. And breathing out, let's round, looking towards the belly button. 2 more times. Last time, just a gentle movement. See if you can make it really fluid. Then coming back to a flat back. Let's open our knees, toes almost touching each other. We'll sink back onto our heels, reach the arms far out in front of you, and lower your head to the floor. If you can't get your head down on the floor, I recommend bringing your forearms underneath the forehead. Feel here, there should be a stretching of the low back and an opening of the hips, and it should be quite comfortable. So if you need to make any small movements to get yourself into a comfortable position, you can do that. One more deep breath in, and out, we release. Let's lift our heads and look forward and reach the arms far out in front of you. Coming up onto the hands and knees now, bring your knees in, and you see we're on that all fours position where we have our hands a little bit farther forward than the shoulders. Here we're going to bounce back a few times, warming up the knees, the hips, and the thighs. And just this movement of bouncing back helps to get the back body engaged and ready. So let's keep our hips back now. Lift your chin. Feel like your chest is pulling away from the hips. And we'll roll on the right foot to lift the right knee and bring the right foot flat on the floor, hips pressing back. Reach your right arm far out in front of you, fingertips touch the floor. It's the spidering of the hands. And we press back. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's it. 1, bring the hand back down, and let's stretch the right leg out to the side, sole of the foot down on the floor. And if you notice, my foot is pointing forward. You should feel a stretch on the inner thigh, and we'll bounce back again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to slide the right foot behind us. So you do kind of a quarter circle with the leg, bringing it behind, toes tucked under, and you'll press the heel back. So you're pressing into the heel, and there's a stretch down into the calf muscle. Keep the head lifting away from the earth, the chest lifting away. And then you'll come back, raising the right leg up, and you do a nice big circle with the foot. Change the direction of the circle. Point the toes and raise the leg as high as possible. Lift your chin at the same time. Hold it. 3. Good. Get it up high. 2 and 1. Bring the knee back down. And we'll press the hips back again, just bouncing back. Gentle bouncing. Prepping the knees, prepping the back body and the hips. And we'll do the other side. Keeping your hips back, you'll roll over on the top of the left foot and bring the left foot down next to you. The left knee points out to the side. Reach your left arm far out in front of you, fingertips on the floor, palm up, and we bounce back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring the hand back down, and we'll stretch the left leg out to the side. The foot is on the floor. The toe is pointing forward. The toe is pointing forward. And we bounce back again with a curved spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do that quarter circle with the foot. Just slide it behind you, tucking the toes under. Press the heel backwards as if you want to place the heel on the floor. And you feel the stretch down into the calf. Lift the chest away, lift the head, looking forward. And now we'll raise the leg behind us and make a big circle with the foot. Change the direction of the circle. Now lift the chin and lift the foot even higher. Lift the leg really high. Keep it straight, pointing the toe. Holding 3, 2, 1. The knee comes back down. All right, good job, everyone. Let's tuck the toes and rise up. Let's start with crouching cat. So feet are hip width, hands shoulder width. Let your shoulders come forward a bit. And we're just going to bounce back and forward here. Let the knees open as you bounce back. It's like getting into a bit of a frog position. So the knees go wide as you bounce back. 2 more times. All right, turn your knees to the right and bounce here. Let your hips come back towards the heels. This is opening up the right-hand side of the body. Good. We'll change sides. Knees go to the left and let's go, bouncing. Hips go down and back. The head relaxes a bit here. All right, turn the knees back forward. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Walking your hands backwards. Fingertips on the floor, hips pushing back. Lift your chin. The knees are bent and we bounce here. So we're activating the back body. Good. 3, 2, 1. One hand at a time on the thighs. Lift the chest. Open up the heart. Feel like you're lengthening through your whole body. We'll push our right shoulder forward. Turn to look over your left shoulder. And then change. Left shoulder goes forward. Turn to look over your right. And again, we'll change. Right shoulder forward. And change. Left shoulder forward. One more time each side. This movement feels super good to me. I hope it really feels good for you too. It's like stretching out the large muscles of the back. Looking forward, push down through your feet to raise your chest, but keep your knees bent. Keep your hips back. Raise your arms up in front of you. You can curl the hands if you wish. Sink back so that your hips are back. Lift your chest, lift your heart, and move the arms into a V position going upwards. Now feel like you're being pulled upwards by your arms. Lift and open the chest here. Open the throat. Holding 3, sinking the hips back and down. 2, and 1. Fantastic. Relax your arms, straightening your legs. Step your feet in one at a time. And now we'll step forward to the front edge of the mat. Hands at your heart center. Knees are soft, hips are back. You're going to look for that perfect posture now. Now you can completely let go of the bowspring position, okay? But still have that strong engagement. So the legs are straighter, but the knees are still soft. The hips are back. The chest is lifted, so the belly is long. The shoulders are widening. The chin is lifted and the neck is long. Hands to your heart center. Let's clasp the hands together, push the palms skyward, and lean to your right. And we hold here. Keep the strength in the legs. Keep the length in the belly and in the waist. Continue looking forward. Breathe in and out through the nose. One more deep breath in. Rising back up through center. Let's change sides. Go to your left now and hold. Legs are strong. Arms are lengthening. Chest is lifting away from the hips. One more deep breath in Coming back to center, palms together, thumbs into the upper back. Lift the chest, push the head gently against the forearms, opening the throat, open the chest, open the shoulders. Take another deep breath in and raise your arms to the sky. And now we're going to fold. So we bend at the elbows, we bend at the knees, we let the hips bend as we bend forward, bringing the hands to the floor. Stepping your feet back gently until you get into a plank position. From the plank position, I want you to just check in, make sure the knees are slightly bent, the hips are lifted, the head is lifted, shoulders are wide. Lowering your knees down, let's lower the chest to the floor. So no push-ups yet. Notice I say yet. We're going to do some in a little while. Point your toes, open the shoulders and lift to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto the knees. Tucking your toes under, rise up either to crouching cat or the downward facing dog, but with the knees bent. Lift and open the chest, looking forward. 3, holding this. 2, 1. Now we're going to do some funky stuff tonight. I want you to step your feet wider than your hands. So you step them forward, wider than the hands. You come up onto the fingertips. Bend your knees low. Hands come onto your thighs. You come up into a deep open squat. So you lift the chest. Hips are back. Open the shoulders. Lift the chin. Then from here, with your hands on your thighs, we're going to take a springy bounce and we're going to jump our feet inwards to hip width like this. And hands come to your heart center. Okay? Good fun. Let's go. Deep breath in, rise up. Breathing out, bending forward. Stepping your feet back. Plank position, knees are soft, head is lifted. Knees come down, let's move down to the floor. Point your toes, press the tops of the toes down as you rise to a cobra. Bring the chest back down, push back onto your knees, tucking the toes. Take either down dog or crouching cat. And when you're ready, step the opposite foot forward now. I did it with my right foot before, so now I'm going to do my left foot forward. Opening the feet wide. Hands come to the thighs, lift the chest, open the shoulders, knees are nicely bent, hips back. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. Hop, bring your feet into hip width, hands to your heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in, rise up. Go a little bit faster, folding forward, stepping back to a plank. Knees come down, move yourself down. Point your toes, press the tops down, rise to cobra. Push back onto your knees. Take down dog or crouching cat. Step right foot forward, then left. Open squat, hands to your thighs, lift the chest to that chair position. We hold 3, 2, now jump. And last time, let's go, reaching skyward. Fold forward. I'm going to come have a look. Stepping back to your plank position. Good. Knees come down. All the way down and find your cobra. Beautiful. Yes, Richard. Nice, Gilles. Excellent, Catherine. Push back to down dog or crouching cat. Very good. This time you step your left leg forward first and then the right. Nice wide open squat. Hands to the thighs. Good. Lift your chest, so that deep squat, and we hold 3, 2, get ready, and jump. Excellent. Hands to your heart center. Very good, everyone. From here, bring your hands to your hips and step your right foot back. Now, I don't do a very big step back. It's up to you. If you want to do a bigger step back, you can do a bigger step back. I'm going to lift my back heel, lifting up the chest. I'm going to bend my back knee. Now we're going to raise our arms up into that V position. Remember the V position at the back of the mat? Do the same thing here. If you want to keep the fingers open, you may, or you could curl the fingers into seed hands. Now we're going to sink down, lift the chest, and see if you can arch everything backwards. And we're holding, opening up the chest, opening up the belly. This is like exposing us to things that maybe we were afraid of before, but now with the strength in the belly, you can open yourself up to new things, to new possibilities. Bring your hands back down to your hips and turn your back foot in. So I've stepped back with my right heel and I'm going to turn it in, okay? Bending both knees down. This is like an open squat. Place your left elbow onto your left thigh, the front thigh, and your right arm can go right next to your right ear. And reach, see if you can lengthen right hand to right hip. Reach, 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 reach. Good. Sink down low, hips back, both knees bend. 3. Excellent. 2. 1. Now here we're going to get a bit crazy. Right hand above the right ear, elbow pointing forward, and we're going to twist open. Twist from your nose, elbow going up, whole upper body twisting upwards. Go as far as is comfortable. Please don't let this be painful, okay? Holding 3, 2, 1. Rise back up. Woo. Hands come to your hips once again. Step your right foot forward. Hip width. Now we'll take our left leg back. Step it back. The heel is lifted. So notice it's not a big step back. Bending the knees down, hips go back. Raise your arms into that V position. You can curl the fingers if you wish. Straighten the arms as much as possible so you get strength. When you straighten completely, you've got the biceps and the triceps contracting. And if you curl your fingers in, you can actually activate it from the hand. Open up the chest and go back. See how far you can go back and open the belly. You open the belly, you open the chest. You might feel a little bit exposed, but actually it's very good for you, raising confidence. 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the hips. Turn your left foot in and bring it down. Good. Bending both knees. This is called a tribal lunge. So both knees bend, hips go back. Right elbow to the right thigh. And raise your left arm over your head, reaching to the front of your mat. Get that stretch from the left hip all the way up the arm to the fingers. And we hold and breathe. 3. With the knees bent, you're coming out of hyperextension. So you got strength in the legs. One more deep breath in. And then bring the hand over the left ear. Elbow points forward, same position as the nose. Now we begin to twist and open. It's called a coil. Coiling upwards, getting a twist. There's a twist going on in the low back. There's a twist going on in the organs. So please don't go into any pain here. Keep both knees bent. 2, 1. Re-release, lifting back up. Hands to the hips and step yourself forward. Whew. Hands to your heart center. Good job. Let's rise up, breathing in, and we'll breathe out. We'll fold, get everything bending, folding forward. Step back to your plank position. Pull your hands towards your feet. Pull the heart forward. Keep the back curved. Keep the knees soft. Lift your head. Stay here and breathe. Strong in the arms. Strong in the belly. Strong in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Now remember, I promised you those push-ups. Here they are. Bring your knees down. Lift your feet up. Open your hands. We're going to do 10 in all, okay? So when we start, I want you to do 3 and we take a break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet down and push yourself back. Coming back onto the knees, lifting the feet. Let's go again. 3, 2, 1. Pushing back, releasing. This time, we're going to do 2. So coming back up, feet are up. Here we go. 1. Make sure you get good amplitude in the movement, all the way down, all the way up. Pushing back to release. Then we'll do 1 more. Coming forward. Here we go, just 2. And we push back. Bring your hands shoulder width and rise up to crouching cat or down dog. Good job, everybody. Whew. Turn your knees to the right. Sink down until your left hip touches the floor. Your right foot is down, right knee is up. Let your left knee come down now and reach both arms forward for a deep, deep twist through the back. Lift your chest. See if you can press your hips back. Holding. Deep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to slide our left arm out onto the floor. Right arm in front of us. Lift your right knee and press your hips back. So when your knees go forward, the hips can go back. This will curve into the low back, stretching the belly. Very good core work here. Fingertips touching the floor. And you're going to raise the leg a little bit higher and then lower. Raise the leg higher and lower. That's good. Raising and lowering. Excellent. Very good. Stay with this 3 more times. Good job. Bring the top leg, right leg on top of the left, so legs touch each other. We're going to push up onto the elbow. Bring the hands pointing out in front of you, like towards the screen. And your opposite hand will be on the floor. Now we're going to slide the feet back so that your body aligns with the head, shoulder, chest, belly, all the way down to the knees. Okay? We're getting ready for a side plank position. The right hand is down in front of you, and you'll lift the hips. So already here, you should have a big contraction through the side of the body. Go ahead and feel it with your top hand. Just touch the waist, and it should be nice and hard. Those are your oblique muscles. Then stretch the top leg out. Stretch your right arm up to the sky, and we're going to press up higher. Here we go. 5, 4, that's it. 3, good. 2, 1 more. Woo. Bring the hips down, bring the hand down, lie down on your side, and then roll completely onto your tummy. Good job. Bring your hands underneath your forehead, and you can let your hips roll from side to side just to relax a bit the low back. Now we're going to bend both knees, flexing the feet. I want you to lift your head, chest, and shoulders and just reach behind. See if you can touch just the tops of the heels without grabbing. Just touch. Lift the chest and lift your knees as high as you can get them. It's going to be a big contraction through the back. Really, really good for the back. Keep breathing here. Holding 3, 2, 1. Come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Push up onto the knees. Bring the right hand off the mat, left hand on top. Press your hips back. Then we'll change. Left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press back. Coming back onto the mat. Hands shoulder width, tucking your toes under. Let's rise again to either down dog or crouching cat. Good. Turn both knees now to your left. Bend the knees low, and let's go. Let's bring the right hip down. The right knee comes down, and the left knee points up to the sky now. We'll bring both hands down to the front edge of the mat. You're turning and twisting forward, and you'll hold here. Keep curve in the low back as you twist. Lift and open the chest. If you need to come up onto your fingertips, you may. Otherwise, the palm is down. And we hold 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Let's slide down onto our side. Left hand goes in front. Lift the left leg. Let the hips curve back. Get that curve in the back. It really helps with the lower abdomen and opening up space for the internal organs. And we'll raise the left leg, pressing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do another 5. We did 10 on the other side. Raising 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the legs down. Push up onto the elbow. Bring that right elbow underneath the right shoulder. Press down so that you're opening the shoulders. And we slide our feet back so that the knees, hips, shoulders, and head are in one line. And let's go. Let's rise up, lifting the hips. Feel the side body. See if you can feel it. It should be nice and hard. There's a big contraction going on here. Stretch your top leg out. Raise the top arm. And here we go. We're going to press higher. Let's go. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hips down. This time we'll roll onto our backs. So bring the shoulder down and get right onto your back. Good job. Okay. Walk your feet away from you, heels into the floor, toes pointing skyward. Now we're going to get into the hamstring bridge where we work the backs of the legs. Palms down, open the chest, and raise the hips. They don't have to come up very high. Feel like you're pulling the heels towards the hips, and this is activating your hamstrings. If you want, go ahead and touch them. You can feel how hard and activated they are. Breathe deeply into the chest and see if you can get the breath down into the diaphragm. One more deep breath in. Good. Bring the hips down. And we're going to release the backs of the legs. So lift your knees, grab behind the knees, and pull the knees towards the shoulders. And you should feel that nice stretch down the backs of the legs. Knees stay bent for the moment. All right, classic half bridge now. Bring your feet down next to your hips, elbows into the floor. If, however, this position is not good for the knees, you could walk your feet away a little bit, okay, but not too much. Press down with the elbows and lift the hips up. Go as far as is comfortable for you, okay? So the important thing here is that we're opening up the front of the body. Lengthen out your neck. And I'd suggest actually that we turn our heads from side to side here. Because sometimes getting into half bridge, we get some tension into the neck. And here I want you to just really release the neck, making sure that you are not holding tension there while we're in half bridge. Half bridge should mainly be at the low back, the glutes, and the thighs, okay? But not up here at the neck. 2 more breaths. Last one. Let's raise our arms over our heads. Reach behind you. And one vertebra at a time, very slowly, lower the back to the floor. Very, very slowly. And once the back is placed completely on the floor, let's stretch one leg at a time onto our mats. And now we've got arms overhead, legs stretching. Take a deep breath in, get longer, fingertips to the tips of the toes, and breathe out, relax. Do that again. Breathe in and reach longer. Breathe out and relax. Last time, breathe in, reach longer. And relax. Bring the knees into the chest and squeeze them into the chest, rocking from side to side to really let go. Good. Clasping your hands together. Now, the reason why I have you clasp hands together for the abdominals is this really holds the head so you don't strain the neck. When we have our hands apart, these muscles at the front of the neck still strain a little bit. If you have your hands behind, you can really relax the head into the hands. However, please don't pull against the head. So the head lifts and lowers with the abdominals, but not with the arms, okay? Open your arms wide. The head is like resting on a pillow. Bring your knees at 90 degrees. Okay, so we're gonna take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lift the head and shoulders as high as possible. Breathing in, lower down. So the abdominals lift the head and shoulders. Breathing out, lift. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, this time you'll breathe in, and as you breathe out, turn to your right, stretching the left leg. Coming back to center, breathe in. Turn to your left, stretch the right leg. Breathing in, bend the knees. Breathing out and turn. See if you can stay controlled and slow. Breathing in, back to center. Breathing out and turn, controlled. Back to center. Breathing out. Center. Breathing out. One more time each side. Come to center. Breathe out. Last one, center. And breathing out. Come back to center, and we're going to add on a little exercise here. What I want you to do is you'll breathe out, come to center, lifting up, and then stretch the legs out in front of you as far as possible. Breathing out, lift the knees, lift the head and shoulders. Breathing in, stretch the legs diagonally. Should be really tough. So let's go. 5 more. Stretching out. 4 more. Stretching out. Good. 3 more. If it strains the back, keep the knees bent. 2 more. And here's the last one. All right, knees come into the chest. Oh my goodness. Let yourself rock from side to side. Whew. Well done. All right. Bring the left foot flat on the floor. Stretch your right leg to the sky. Keeping the curve in the low back, we want to pull the right leg down into the hip socket. Flexing the right foot as much as possible to get that stretch down the back of the leg. Take some deep, slow breaths. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Now the right knee should go towards the right shoulder. Let's go. We'll lift them up and pull the right knee towards the right shoulder. Keep lengthening the neck. Bring the left foot to the floor. Let your right knee go to the right. It's still crossed over the left leg. Right knee goes to the right. Open your arms. Turn your head to the left, looking at your left hand. Stretching out the pectoral muscles. We worked when we did those push-ups. Good job. Let your right foot just uncross off of the left knee. Lift your left knee first, right knee follows. And we'll change legs. Right foot flat on the floor, left leg goes to the sky. Keep curving the low back. And you'll just pull the thigh down into the hip socket. Flex your foot as much as possible. And stay here and breathe. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. That left knee goes to the left shoulder. So we'll lift up both legs. Go ahead and let the knee go to the shoulder. Avoid rounding out too much your low back. It will round a little bit, but we don't want the hips coming up off the floor. You gotta keep the hips down. Now for that open twist, keeping the left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Let your knees fall to your left, arms open wide, and we'll turn our head to the right, taking some deep, slow breaths. Allow the left ankle to fall off the right knee and lift the knees back up. Let's take a happy baby pose, either grabbing the ankles or the bottoms of the feet. The feet are open and you can rock from side to side. Release the low back. Bring your knees and your legs back together. Squeeze them to the chest and lift the head, nose between the knees. Lower your head gently to the earth. And one leg at a time, stretch the legs onto your mat. Make any minor adjustments that you may need to make to get super comfortable. You can place your hands onto your tummy for the moment. And come back to those very deep, slow breaths. So they don't have to be big breaths, but just deep breaths. Give them getting our breath and the oxygen all the way to the bottom of the lungs. And we're going to come back to the square breath. So where you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, you hold your breath, 2, 3, 4. You breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and then you hold your breath out, 2, 3, 4. You'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3,
4, hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4, and again, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4, come back to a natural breath. Deep and slow. And bringing your attention to your feet. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax the legs. Relaxing the hips. The low back, middle back, and upper back. Relax the belly, the chest, the shoulders, relax your arms and your hands. See if you can relax the throat and the neck. Relax the jaw. Let go of all the tiny muscles in the face, around the mouth especially, and around the eyes. Relax your forehead, allow it to become completely smooth. Imagine even relaxing your hair. Imagine now that you become heavy, so heavy. You start to fall deeper into your mat, deeper into the ground, making an imprint on the ground. And now imagine you become light. Suddenly your body becomes super light and lifts away from an imprint on the ground. And you're almost floating just above your mat. Imagine that you are so light, you're almost like a feather placed upon the ground. Bringing your attention back to your breath. Deepen your breath again. And as you breathe out, just let go. Begin moving now your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet. You can raise your arms up over your head and stretch from fingers to toes, lengthening out. And gently raise your knees up to your chest and squeeze your knees into your chest. Perfect. Just rock a bit from side to side. Rolling onto your right hand side. Push down into the floor to lift up from the side and come to a seated position. Nice. Very good. Well done. Let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands gently over your face like you're washing your face clean. Tap around your eyes. Shake your hands out. Do that one more time. Let's rub our hands together. Hands come over the face, gently tapping around the eyes. Shaking out. Let's bring our hands to the heart center. Thanks everyone for joining me this evening. Have a lovely evening and namaste. See you soon.